we do. And what we understand is that love is the awareness and acceptance of our wholeness. It's the awareness and acceptance of the wholeness of others. It is the awareness and acceptance of wholeness of life. And so we teach the science of mind along with meditation. Our philosophy is both Western and Eastern. It's a combination. We teach a practical spirituality that empowers you to create your life. And so I'm so grateful that you joined us today. And one of the things that we do at Agape is we always start everything with meditation because we understand it is the foundation of a spiritual practice. So why don't we begin with meditation? I invite you to come into a comfortable, seated, upright position with your back straight, your hands gently resting on your lap, eyes closed, and bring your awareness to your breath. Consciously breathing in and breathing out. I want you to visualize above your head the divine, infinite heart, an image of it, and see that it is radiating out the most beautiful green light. Green is the color of the heart chakra. And so it is radiating out this beautiful light, and on your inhale, you're breathing that light in through your top of your head, your crown, through your third eye, down your throat, and into your heart. And as you exhale that breath, you're breathing that green light and love into every cell, the space between the cells, the space around the cells, the thoughts, the space between the thoughts. So you're becoming love through your breath. Take a deep breath in to your heart. And now breathe it out into your body, mind, and all around. Another deep breath in. And breathe out. Another deep breath in. And breathe out. There is only one, and it created everything out of itself. There is one mind, one heart, one life. It is infinite, it is perfect. It is my heart, it is your heart, it is my mind, it is your mind, it is everybody's heart and everybody's mind. So we allow ourselves to fall deeper and deeper into oneness, into love. Now continuing to breathe from the divine heart into yours and out. See that the divine heart is now breathing infinite wisdom and possibilities into your mind. And your mind is breathing them into your heart. And your heart is filtering the ideas, filtering the possibilities to the ones that lift you, that light you up, that give your life juice. Understand that your heart is all about expansion, a greater and greater experience of life, a greater and greater experience of love. Because the infinite is a creator, and you are one with the infinite, you are a creator. It is your level of awareness that determines the level of creativity. When we create, life is at its very best. So ask your heart, what is my next step to create my most perfect life? What is the step I can take today to be a greater expression of love, uniquely as me? And now just sit for a moment or two and listen to what your heart says. It could be that your heart says to smile a little bit more. Maybe it's to make a decision to just do something different that you've been thinking about. Maybe it's to be kinder. Maybe it's to call your mom, your dad, maybe your children, maybe a long-lost friend, just to say hello. I want you now to bring into your heart a sense of complete, deep, and loving gratitude. Just a simple gratitude because you love your life. No matter what happens, you're alive, you're breathing, you're experiencing, you're creating. There's nothing better than that realization. So with gratitude exuding from your being in every way possible, start to come back. Come back to this time, to this place, to your body. Begin to move your hands and fingers. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Put a smile on your face. Love loves to smile. And now open those eyes. Today, I want to talk to you about what's in your spiritual bank account. You got it. What's in your spiritual bank account? Is it overflowing or is it empty? You see, a spiritual bank account has all the love, empathy, kindness, patience, wisdom, and understanding that you can ever draw from, no matter what situation you may encounter. So there you are, dealing with life, with all of the contrast, all of the challenges. Do you have enough stored? It's almost like in the financial realm. Financial people tell you to have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved so that if something happens, you can fall back on it. You never have to worry about money because you've got money put aside. Well, from a spiritual standpoint, have you done enough self-love? Have you got enough empathy stored? Do you have kindness stored, patience stored, wisdom stored, understanding stored? Because those are the things that you're going to draw from day in, day out. But you're the only one who can make the deposit. So the question is, why is my account balance negative? Well, when we continually draw from our account and we don't make any deposits, we naturally deplete our account. And so many people may have had an incredible spiritual practice of meditation, of kindness, or whatever. And then something tragic happens. They stop doing the work. They start drawing from the account. And then pretty soon they find they've got a negative balance, and a bigger negative balance, and a bigger negative balance, because they stopped making deposits. They got caught up in the nonsense of the 3D world. So the next thing we ask is, how do we increase? How do we increase our spiritual balance? Our spiritual bank only accepts deposits when we love ourselves more, and then we give that gift to others, and then to all of life. Our whole motivation for the deposit is to be accepted based on the degree that we become loving, and our ability to love we give freely. Our ability to love we give freely. But you see, everything begins and ends with self-love. Self-love is simply the awareness and acceptance of our wholeness. You're not meant to be perfect. You are perfect. How do you say that? Well, you're perfect because you were created unique. You are one of a kind. Can you accept that you are one of a kind? Can you accept that you see the world differently than everyone else? Can you accept that you love different than everyone else? That's the thing. The greatest exercise that I was ever taught, that I do frequently, is to stand in front of the mirror and look into my eyes and say, I accept you, Lee, just like you are. See, I don't need to change to be love. I need to love in order to change. So what are the types of deposits, spiritual deposits, that we can make? Well, the first and most important in my mind is a daily practice of meditation. Meditation frees you from your attachment to the body, frees you from the attachment to material things, frees you from the bombardment of crazy thoughts that are going on. My daily meditation practice is the single most important thing in my life. I've been committed to it for years upon years, since I started transcendental meditation in about 1995. And I've been meditating twice a day ever since then. It's the grounding, it's my foundation. It's where I'm making actually twice a day deposits into my spiritual bank account. The second type of deposit is an affirmation. I have 30 affirmations and I say them every day. I used to do them 108 times every day. Now I do them about 20 times each every day. It's how I start my day. I have figured out what affirmations are the ones that are the most meaningful to me, that will change my subconscious mind thinking, and I am implanting that into my subconscious mind. The next type of deposit is a spiritual mind treatment. In religious science, what it is, it's a form of affirmative prayer. It's a declaration of who we are as we desire to be, and we create it now. Spiritual mind treatment is that type of prayer that was basically created by Ernest Holmes. He founded the Science of Mind. He founded the Centers for Spiritual Living. And I love spiritual mind treatment. I love doing it for myself, which I do daily, and I love doing it for others to know their truth for them. The next type of deposit is communion with the infinite. Finding that sense of oneness. And you can find that through meditation, affirmations, spiritual mind treatment, walking in nature, just being fully present. But the idea of communion with the infinite is about recognizing and realizing a sense of oneness with all of life. That's the symbolism that's behind the idea of communion in the Catholic Church or communion in a Christian church. It's a symbolic representation. When you take the host and you eat the host, it's symbolic about going back into oneness, reuniting with the Father or the infinite. but we've taken a little too literally in my mind. But communion, whatever it is that connects you with the infinite, man, what a deposit you're making into your spiritual bank account. Next, self-love. The more you love yourself means the more you come out of judgment. Judgment takes away from your spiritual bank account. Love adds. Love is always adding. The more you learn to accept and love yourself, the more love you have for others. And my friends, you cannot give what you don't have. So you got to create it in order to give it. Once you self-love, because you've got enough, then you move to loving others. I found that as I worked on my journey of loving Lee more and more, I'm able to love my wife Jean, my son Stephen, Matthew, Robert, my granddaughter Claire, all of my friends, my sister, everybody. I'm able to love them more because I love me more. I'm able to accept them and their uniqueness because I accept my uniqueness. I'm able to do that because I know that I want the freedom to be me. So therefore, I have to give them the freedom to be them. The next type of deposit is kindness. And this is an easy one because you can begin today. Can you be kind to yourself? Yeah. Can you be kind to your partner, your children, your parents? Can you be kind to the person at the grocery store, at the car wash, in the restaurant? Can you be kind to the person that you're walking next to? Can you smile when someone passes you and acknowledges you? It doesn't take a lot to be kind, but boy, are you making a deposit that you can draw from, and it's going to be so great. And not the last practice, but one of the best practices is mindfulness. Are you mindful of everything you're doing? Are you mindful when you chew food of the nutrients that are in the food and how your body will take the food you put in it and it'll recreate that food and make it a part of your body? Are you mindful of the people it took to bring that food to you? Are you mindful of the air that surrounds you that you're breathing in? Are you mindful of the water that brings nutrients into your body? Are you mindful of the thoughts you think? Because what you think about most becomes your experience. Mindfulness is an incredible deposit you make into your spiritual bank account. And finally, gratitude. Are you grateful for everything that happens to you? Think about it. If you're grateful for everything that happens to you, you're constantly making deposits into your spiritual bank account. So when you think about it, meditate, do affirmations, spiritual mind treatment, communion with the infinite, self-love, love of others, kindness, mindfulness, and gratitude. Boy, you've got a lot of deposits going in, and your bank account will get full fast. So the question then is, if you've got a bank account, who's the banker? Well, it's through daily communion that we build our partnership with the one and only original banker. It is here where we live as love, we are all powerful. The banker is the infinite. And you're communing with the infinite on a daily basis through everything you do. And when we live as love, it doesn't get any better. We have a full account. We are rich beyond belief. Ernest Holmes said this with respect to love. There is a love that meets love with love, a law that meets faith with faith and good with good. What he's saying is, the more you put out, the more you receive. The more love you put out, the more love you give. The more faith you have, the more faith you'll receive. The more good you pull in, the more good that comes to you. You see, it is only when our account is full that we can freely navigate life without fear, judgment, and doubt. You see, when we're in love, fear does not exist. Judgment does not exist. Doubt does not exist. Only love exists. So I ask you, what's in your spiritual bank account? And are you willing today to begin to fill it so that you can be the wealthiest person on the planet? And in doing so, you'll be giving that wealth to everyone you meet, because the wealth you're seeking, the wealth you're giving, and the wealth you receive are love. And that's all we ever want, is to feel, express, and experience love. I want to thank you for taking your time to be with me today. Know that Agape is here to serve you. If you go to agapespiritualcenter.com and you go to the calendar, you'll find out many ways you can plug in. All over the world you can plug in, because we do so many things virtually. And if you're watching this and it had an impact on you, I kindly ask you to go to agapespiritualcenter.com or click the link down below and make a donation. It is through your donations that we're able to continue to bring this message to you. And our idea with the donations is not to build a big fancy building and all of that. No, it's to find ways to spread this message so that more and more and more people can become empowered. At Agape, we don't have a dogma. We have a practical way of living that, regardless of what you believe, you can use it to create your most fantastic, and here's the key, and fulfilling life. Because all we seek is fulfillment. With that, my beautiful friends, make this your best week ever. Make a lot of deposits, and let's fill our bank accounts together. So together we can spread love, and through love we can change the world. Until next time, much love